Explain to us how this awful situation has come about. These people came in their thousands from Commonwealth countries after the Second World War to help rebuild the UK, and they were welcomed with open arms, obviously faced problems in some cases at the time, but no record seems to have been kept. So when eventually immigration policy changed and they were all told to prove that they're actually British citizens with indefinite leave to remain, a number of them are found. They face deportation, detention. A scandal.
It is, and I blame the Prime Minister when she was in her capacity as Home Secretary, because I think this all was fueled in 2012, when I think it was a desperate measure for her to bring down the immigration figures. It was not based on anything tangible. It was just a whim to do that. And she picked on the most vulnerable of people to be able to pick on. And these were people that came to this country not to scrounge benefits like a lot of people is now and what we're thinking. It's people that came to work, people that came wanting to educate their kids. Thank God my parents came just after the Windrush education. Otherwise, I probably would have been in a situation like that. I had my own passport when I came, but I think this is about people that didn't have a passport.
And everyone, Levi, who hasn't got a passport in this situation, I mean, they must be panic-stricken.
Yeah.
Over what's been happening in the last few months.
It is, and it doesn't, I mean, the Home Secretary was saying that this is an individual problem, but I think this is stretched further than that. This is about families, this is about a whole people. I heard Prince Charles giving a message to the Commonwealth Games from the Queen, and sort of bigging up the fact that the Queen is saying this is about unity and about how great it is. And yet, on the other end, we're slinging out one of the greatest workforce that came to work to fix the country after two
And just to clarify,
wars.
Levi, these people did not come here as immigrants. A lot of these people, of course, didn't have the paperwork. They were kids of people, didn't need passports, and now they're like, well, I can't prove that I'm supposed to be here.
Absolutely, and people can't get to go on holidays, which, can you imagine that? Because you're fearing that if you was to go on holiday to the place that you were born, that you only have this connection because you were born there.
How do they know? OK, on Levi, on this point, because I was curious about this, how are they able to go on holiday without a passport to any country in the Caribbean?
They can't. That's what I'm saying. This is the great fear.
So the people that are trapped in this, they've never left the country?
Never left the country.
No.
I mean, they could have gone to Europe, I guess,
But felt they were British.
Right.
Obviously, the fact that you were British, you paid your tax, you get involved with things that makes the country great for what it is.
I mean, the holiday is one thing, and obviously that's a restriction of freedom, but worse than that, people are losing their jobs, they're losing their access to benefits, they're losing their access to help, to the NHS, which a number of their parents or they have actually contributed to, firstly in paying tax and national insurance, secondly because they've worked within it.
And to hear the Home Secretary saying that she doesn't know what's going on and in her own job, and it's absolutely scandalous. I think David Lammy was absolutely in his own right to let off at the Prime
Minister. The MP for Tottenham who spoke up gave a very powerful speech in the House of Commons.
Big up David Lammy, I've got to say that.
Absolutely.
Well, it's very embarrassing, I think, for someone like myself who...
You came from Jamaica.
Came from Jamaica, and I think the heart is learning to be British in the first place and to speak like British, to be accepted. And now on the website, they're telling you that when you come back to speak like a Jamaican, I think that's pretty...
I think it's unbelievably patronising and, frankly, bordering on racism. I do. And I think that David Lammy, he's done a great job on all this. It's quite right to be exercised by that. And this government has massively dropped the ball on this. And they just sorted that very quickly. Thank you very much.
Just a quick mention for your patron of the Diaspora Support Network and its launch project, Windrush, to help those immigrants or citizens, British citizens who are affected. So a quick mention of that. Good to talk to you this morning. Thank you very much.